It is Thursday, May 26th, 2022. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It's a Thursday puzzle today, so some sort of involved or intricate theme. This involved or intricate edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Dan Stocco, Overfull Hitbox, and, as always, the inestimable Hood Monster and the invaluable Timothy Mark. So thank you so much to the four of them, benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign, for directly supporting this channel. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate the contributions of everybody who has contributed to the Patreon campaign. So thank you to all patrons. It does mean a lot to me. And if you'd like to find out more about that and potentially become a patron yourself, you can do so at patreon.com/dailysolve. There's a link in the description field underneath the video. All patrons receive all of the bonus videos that have gone up on the channel to date, as well as the new ones that go up each week. And benefactors receive the Daily Solve Let's Check the Crosses mug. So you can go and see what all of that's about on the Patreon. And thanks to everybody who has subscribed to the channel as well. Do subscribe if you're new, if you've been watching these for a while, and you'd like to keep abreast of everything going up on the Daily Solve. All right, let's move on to the Thursday puzzle. This is a themed puzzle, of course, constructed by Jonathan M. K., who's done about half a dozen puzzles for the New York Times, and it was edited, as always, by Will Shorts. So let's get going. All right, the winner takes it all group. It's ABBA, right? And a bit of air pollution. Ash, maybe? Gas bag is a blowhard? Am I thinking of the right word? Anthony of Parts Unknown, the late Anthony Bourdain, travel writer and chef. Concur is to agree. What is this double A? That's a little bit concerning. No. What do you say? And you spelled as a female sheep and with the question mark indicating a bit of punnery or wordplay. And so, ba. The sheep says ba. There's another strange-looking collection of letters. Let's see. Warrior's words. Someone who worries says, oh dear, perhaps. There we go. That's why we have that H and D. Light wind. Another question mark indicating a bit of pun or wordplay, and I think it may mean a wind instrument, an oboe, perhaps. But let's check the crosses to be sure. Blank mode, animated film character who says, words are useless, gobble, 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 gobble. Edna mode from The Incredibles, Brad Bird Pixar film. And an event with a dress code, could be a gala, could have a formal dress code. Oh, and here's part of our theme. Know when to fold 'em. Know when to fold 'em. Origami something? Origami rules? Does that mean something? Is there sort of a pun that around that? I'm not sure. It fits in the number of cells. That's the only reason I'm saying that. And because rules know when to fold them. Or origami poker, maybe? Know when to fold them? That's sort of a poker-sounding phrase. I'm not sure. Let's check the crosses. Actress Gilbert. I'm not sure. Sarah or Tara. Could this be an R? Spice blank. Spice mix. Spiced rum if it were an R, but that would be spiced, not spice. Spice mix. Lettuce wrapped lettuce. Oh no, not mix. Bib lettuce perhaps, and 4 letters with an I in the second position. So, spice rub for meat, for instance. So maybe this is Tara, in fact. Oh, and here's another O. Oh, look at this. You've got to know when to hold them. Oh, know when to fold them. Okay, right. Those are lyrics to a song. And I can't remember the song. All right. So something's going on there. So this, you've got to know when to hold them. Mara Gilbert? I don't know. Yeah, I'm just not sure. Lara? I guess it could be quite a few things. Speaker's platform. A rostrum. Does that help here? Wreath? No, that doesn't work with this name. Boy, I'm not really sure. Yeah, we'll have to get some crosses. Singer Diana Ross, great singer. And Scott Turow memoir, I'm not sure. Gertrude, who wrote We Are Always the Same Age Inside. Gertrude Stein, I would imagine. And Blank to This, song from Hamilton. Not sure. I have seen Hamilton, but I'm not sure. Can't remember. What about this? Ready to Go. On tap, maybe? If something's on tap, it's sort of ready to be used. Or a person is on tap, considered. Something to this. I still don't see what this is. And what about this one? A tiered temple, a pagoda. There we go, that works. Okay, so this looks like something-ing. Why don't I see what this is? Blank to this. I don't know. And here we have Scott Turow memoir. On something. On what would be two letters? On TV? Is this person a television actor? Maybe? By, no. By would be Sia. And yeah, I'm just not sure. Say blank to this, perhaps. Say no to this? That would work with the ing here. So former Queen of Jordan, Queen Noor. And that I do know. Hospital scans could be MRIs, magnetic resonance imagery. And often changed item of wear. Often changed would be a diaper, perhaps. Diapers often changed. Sarah Gilbert? Wrestling. No. Sorry. Why didn't I guess the most obvious one here, which would be Sarah and wrestling? I don't know. It's got a 1L. That's a law school thing. I think 1L is what's used to refer to first-year law students, perhaps. Okay, so you've got to know when to hold them. Wrestling match? Oh, sure. Wrestling has holds. A wrestling move could be a hold. So there we go. You've got to know when to hold them in a wrestling match. Oh, and then know when to fold them. An origami class? Maybe? Okay, I think we're getting there. This is a relatively light theme, maybe for a Thursday, unless there's something else going on. But that's fair enough. Jewelry designer Peretti. Oh, I actually think I've seen this designer's work, Elsa Peretti. And to radiate light, for instance, could be to emit it. Central points, loci, and one having a turn at a roast is a spit, so like a rotisserie. Okay, mod do would be a mop top. So this is referring to the 60s mod fashion. And mop top hairdo. Do for hairdo. Do is often used for hairdo in the puzzle. It comes to a point when it's cold outside, so an icicle. And this is a bit of a pun, but there's no pun indicator, the question mark, because it is literally true. An icicle does come to a point when it's too cold outside. One who gives 1/10 would be a tither, someone who tithes, who contributes a percentage of their income to their church, which I guess traditionally is 10%. Good cheer would be ole, so not good cheer as in happiness, but rather a cheer, a good cheer that you express, ole. Okay, it might be in the form of a thumbnail. I'm not sure. Snoopy group. Oh, so not Snoopy the character from the comic strip Peanuts, but rather Snoopy as in people who snoop, snoopers, so the CIA, the Central Intelligence Agency. I think that's what that wants. And then the group abbreviated to GRP indicates that the answer will also be abbreviated in some way. German Film Award akin to an Oscar. Oh, I know of this and I can't bring it to mind. That's annoying. It might be in the form of a thumbnail. A bio. You could have a short thumbnail biography. Short biography, a thumbnail biography. Know when to walk away. Right, so we had wrestling match, origami class. Know when to walk away. Not sure yet. Let's keep going. Yeah, sure. As if, maybe? And the Music Man locale. I'm not sure, actually. I've not seen the Music Man. An Isle, maybe? Or Iowa? Trying to think of 4-letter place names starting with I. Section of a Sunday newspaper. The arts section, perhaps? In 4 letters. I'm thinking arts because often on Sunday in particular, you'll have a kind of larger or special arts section that wouldn't be present every day. Butter, e.g., could have a pat of butter. And what is your greatest blank interview question? What is your greatest weakness? It's a sort of stereotypical interview question. And then this actually does look like Iowa after all, so great. Risque. Something's risque. It's what? It's... Why am I not seeing that synonym? Know when to walk away. Oh, some kind of offer, a job offer, you walk away. Does O work here? Actually, yes, it does. Organization with thousands of inspectors could be OSHA, which is the federal agency in the U.S. that deals with workplace safety. And then small batteries could be AA batteries. Oh, is this Lola, the German film award, maybe? That sort of rings a bell. This really does look like offer, doesn't it? Risque. Of, why don't I see what this is? Box markings are chalks? Not sure. Let's keep going back to let's just go through the clues we've not yet seen. Famed designer whose career was boosted by American Gigolo. I don't know, but in 6 letters with an A in that position, my guess would be maybe Armani. Let's check the crosses and see. Wilco. On it, I think that's what that means. So in radio kind of language, you might say Roger, meaning I heard you, and then Wilco, meaning I'm on it, I think, maybe. Oh, here we go. Know when to walk away is a lowball offer. There we go. Oh, sorry, my phone, what is going on? Okay. Erasing as data is wiping the data, I suppose. And ipso facto, there we go. This looks like thanks, doesn't it? Box markings. Oh, checks? Maybe you check a box. That's better. Oh, although this doesn't look very good. Risque. Could it deal with something being PC, politically correct? I don't think so. That just sounds, it looks awkward. It doesn't really work. Very strange. Let's keep looking. 40 winks would be asleep, although that's the wrong part of speech. Sleep is an adjective and 40 winks is a noun. Provoke and view from Catania in brief. What about this? Concern for a tailor. Fit. 40 winks. So that is sleep, isn't it? What is this? 40 winks. I don't know. I'm just not seeing this. What about this? Provoke, rile up, maybe? And places with springs. Spas. Hot springs. Snack, as on a knish, nosh. So the connecting factor here, the common factor here is that these are both Yiddish terms. So a knish, you would nosh on it, eat it. The child, also known as Baby Yoda, right? This is from the Star Wars TV show, The Mandalorian. I know I've heard this name. It's like Gorgo or something like that. I think it might be Gorgo. A Song of Ice and Fire. Oh, look at that. I think I might have gotten this. A Song of Ice and Fire is a saga. That's the books that the Game of Thrones television program was based on. And then a water nymph is a naiad. And prepared to skate. Laced up, or maybe laced on. Whopper ingredient. Hamburger, onion. Okay, maybe Gorgo's actually wrong, sorry. But saga does seem right. And we already had this G. Shoots up. Soars, shoots up in the sky. Oh, an onion, I said, for Whopper ingredient. Okay. Oh, grog or grogo, maybe. Exclamation after a witty comeback would be, oh snap, you might say. Actually, no, it must be grogu, I guess, because this must be laced up, prepared to skate. If this is P, then I can't see what else it could possibly be. So laced up, grogu, naiad, that must all be right. And here's our, have we looked at this yet? Here's our final theme clue. So, and know when to run. Season, something season? Oh, election season. Know when to run for office. Very good. Okay. And 40 winks has a few. Sorry, this will seem very obvious when I see it. What is this again? View from Catania in brief. Oh, Mount Etna, the volcano, I guess. And Pueblo people are, is it Zuni? I think this is Zuni, which is an indigenous people. And then, oh, this looks weird though. Oh no, it doesn't. That's actually perfect. 40 winks is a few Z's. Very good. So meaning a bit of rest. There we go. I'm not surprised at all that I didn't jump to that. But we got it with Zuni. That could be a tough cross, I guess, if you aren't familiar with that proper noun. Okay, although maybe once you got a few, perhaps that would fit. But yeah, I think that might be a tough one. Moistens is wets, as in a stamp, I guess. And then print collectors for short. Oh, CSIs, crime scene investigators. They may collect fingerprints. That's funny. Okay, an earnest request would be a plea. And why, that's it, would be aha. Blank major, Ursa major, the constellation. And risque, oh, is off color. Oh, look at that. I was absolutely wrong about butter. So, and actually it makes sense that I was wrong. It's not a pat of butter. It's butter is a fat. And it says butter EG. And I thought EG meant, for instance, you could have a pat of butter. But butter isn't a pat. A piece of butter is a pat, if you see what I mean. So my answer was not really accurate, and that's why it was wrong. Anyway, if something is risque, it is off color. That makes much more sense. And then this, after all, is checks in box marking, check boxes. And then what is this? I haven't seen this. College Sports Channel, ESPNU. Okay, fair enough. ESPN, the university version. Okay, great. And there we go. Checks, and there we have it. So, I would say a relatively light theme for a Thursday. We didn't have to find any strange mechanic that involved spelling letters out of hidden words or any. I said that backwards, but you know what I mean. We just had to fill out these answers, and they all linked together. But I will say, it was a little bit more involved than, say, a Monday or Tuesday theme, certainly, because often in those themes you could simply solve the theme clues without considering the theme at all. Whereas in this case, we at least had to consider the fact that each of these was some kind of pun, and we were going to be making a phrase that creates some wordplay around these clues. A wrestling match isn't, you wouldn't literally clue it. You've got to know when to hold them. It only works when you consider it as a bit of a pun. And so in that way, I guess it's a bit more involved than an earlier week theme. Anyway, so we had, you've got to know when to hold them, a wrestling match, know when to fold them, the origami class, Know When to Walk Away, the lowball offer, and Know When to Run, the election season. And actually, if you don't, if you don't mind, I'm going to quickly look this up because, oh, no, I was going to look up the song and I just remembered it. It's The Gambler, right? By Kenny Loggins or Rogers. I think Kenny Rogers, maybe. Yeah, it's The Gambler. I didn't want to leave the puzzle, this video, without having at least mentioned the subject of the theme, but I wasn't sure I remembered it, but I think I do. Okay, hopefully that's correct. The Gambler by Kenny Rogers. You got to know when to hold them, you got to know when to fold them, you've got to know when to walk away and when to run. And those, respectively, are our wrestling match, our origami class, our low ball offer, and election season. And there we have it. So a fun, relatively approachable theme for a Thursday, I would say. And otherwise, I think a relatively approachable Thursday puzzle, probably. A couple of tough crosses, maybe, but nothing too terrible. And there we have it. Let me know how you fared. There were several clues from yesterday's puzzle. I may not get to all of them, but I will try and get to the ones that required the most correction on my part, I suppose, or further information. Okay, well, first off, let me just get this out of the way. Jeremo says, a fun pronunciation fact. The artist whose name is spelled V-A-N space G-O-G-H isn't pronounced Van Gogh or Van Gogh, since the G in Dutch is closer to a guttural H, so it ends up being closer to Van Gogh. And yes, I do know that. The reason I say Van Gogh or Van Gogh is because in the US, the artist name tends to be pronounced Van Gogh, and here in the UK, it tends to be pronounced Van Gogh. And I know that neither of those is accurate. However, I also know that my attempt to pronounce it accurately is, I don't know, not necessarily the most enjoyable one to hear. So I tend to just sort of tip my hat to both British English and American English typical conversational pronunciations. But yes, indeed, neither of them is particularly accurate. Okay, Travis Mugford says, for 51 down, the answer Osage is something I know very well as a bow maker. That's fascinating, a bow maker. The Osage orange tree, which is not actually related to the edible orange tree, is the heaviest common native North American wood and is world-renowned for its ability to make fantastic bows. It holds its shape and can store more energy than almost any other wood. It was named bois d'arc, bow wood, by French settlers who saw it being used by Native Americans. The people of the Osage Nation valued it so much that they would travel hundreds of miles in their quest to find it. That is absolutely fascinating. I did not know any of that. So thank you, Travis Mugford. And Kathleen Quinn reminds me, Ron Howard, the actor and film director, got his first shot in show business on television playing O.P. Taylor, the young son of Sheriff Andy Taylor of Mayberry, North Carolina, on the Andy Griffith Show from 1960 to 1968. And yes, it's exactly what I was trying to remember. The Andy Griffith Show. Did not remember, so thank you, Kathleen Quinn, for reminding me. Neil says, you never went back to 6 down, whose answer was indeed Lucian, which I had suspected it was based on being the ancient Greek satirist, but it was also clued as something related to Pokemon. And Neil explains, in Generation 4 of Pokemon, Lucian is a psychic trainer and the 4th member of the Sinnoh Elite Four. I hope I'm pronouncing Sinnoh correctly. He has glasses and neck-length blue hair and wears an iconic red suit with a black undershirt and white pocket square. So thank you for that. And then there were 2 other comments from Jamie B. and Asylum Runner 8 who agreed this was a very obscure character, even for someone familiar with Pokemon. And each of these people agreed with that. So I guess I shouldn't feel too bad with my fairly minimal Pokemon knowledge for not getting it on that basis. But Lucian the satirist wrote a true story, I think it's called. It's basically a wildly outrageous kind of fantasy science fiction story. And the point was to poke fun at authors who would write fictional material and try and pass it off as real history. Anyway, I think that's all I had highlighted for now, so I will draw this video to a close. Thank you so much to everybody who stuck around to the end, which is you, if you're hearing this. And thank you to everyone who subscribed to the channel, and thank you to everybody who has backed the Patreon campaign at any level. I appreciate all of those things. And I'll be back tomorrow for the Friday puzzle. We will have our first themeless puzzle of the week, our first of two, dispense with themes for a few days, and I hope you join me for that. But until that point, please do have an excellent remainder of your Thursday. Take care.